So remember that they are changing my voice. I will never play stupid about the fact that there's people who work behind the scenes to bring about an evil society. And they run every culture but my personal relationship with God. So it starts off when we're talking about what's going on in the world. We're talking about the problems in the world. It starts off with people admitting that we live in a society where white, Jew, and LGBT elitists and token minorities helping them out are giving orders to people to sabotage them behind the scenes. If people can't agree on this very obvious fact, this absolutely true fact, and they're just liars and they're just gaslighting you and you get nowhere in life. So therefore my first point, is that life is not worth living in a society where people manipulate you behind the scenes and they play stupid about things like the fact that their spirits are inferior to mine. Look at it on the screen, right? You see Lex Luthor. There's a lot of those types in society. People who have Freddy Krueger components inside of them. There's a lot of those types. And Pan means all for all the Greco-Roman deities, and these people who worship these deities are frats who are doing things behind the scenes. They're in mystery schools and secret societies and cults and corporate groups and political groups that are doing things behind the scenes. So when society refuses to admit that that's going on in the first place, it's the recipe for disaster. Countless crimes are being, are in the process of being done right now. A lot of people are conspiring, right? They're working in coordination with each other. They're working in concert with each other. As they say, they're in cahoots. And they refuse to admit that that's how their culture, quote unquote, works. But that's why their culture doesn't work. That's why there's 700,000 homeless people in society. And if Trump brings in a solution, it comes with white supremacy. The message is that only with this evil, toxic philosophy known as white supremacy that any change can come. That's too high of a price to pay. There's 70,000 people who die of fentanyl every year. 60,000 people who die, according to Bernie Sanders, that is, of neglect by society. They don't have adequate access to health care. And there's all kinds of other problems. Why isn't there a massive affordable housing program? Why aren't there vice taxes to build rehabs? These are just symptoms of the deeper problem. Even if those symptoms weren't there, the deeper problem by itself is unacceptable. It's intolerable in any society with decency. Unfortunately, there's no country in the world that has any significant degree of decency. It's just me. I'm the only one doing the right thing. And when people won't agree to all these things, they won't admit all these things, then you start off just talking to a bunch of idiots who worship the devil. And that is the problem here. The problem here isn't that I won't conform to society. Society's evil. The problem is that you're all acting like idiots who worship the devil, and therefore you reject my leadership for those cowards behind the scenes who have ruined everything beyond the point of no return.